Let's see how many people are on TikTok today.
If there's nothing, or checking. If there's nothing, Daddy,
Then there's nothing.
you're gonna just do it.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. As you are coming on, please don't forget to tell us where you are logging in from. As you are logging in, I see Blessing, I see Mr. P, I see Q Soms, I see it's Lauza Girl. Okay, I see Blue, I see Next Beauty Salon, Simon Daba. It's Lauza Girl from Botswana. Where in Botswana, my sister? Where are you in Botswana? Kokecho, Osiris, you are welcome as well. Please tell us where you are logging in from as you are coming on. Lerato, you are welcome. Tell us where you are logging in from, guys, and please do like the live as well so that other people can see. Thank you, Charity. You beat me to it. Blessing is from Mankweng in Polokwane. Wonderful. Botswana, it's Lauza Girl. Where are you from in Botswana? I have been to Gabs, I have been to Lerala, I have been to a few places, mainly mining provenances. So that's where I've been most of the time. Charity is from Nelspruit. Thank you so much, Charity from Nelspruit. Wonderful. Please, as you are coming on, tell us where you are logging in from. Super 5, I see you. Malcolm, you are welcome. Amukelang, you are welcome. Beki, you are welcome. Lauza Girl from Gaborone, wonderful. Gabs and Gabs. Dongo, you are welcome. Thank you so much. For those who are liking the live, please continue to like the live. Kyla, you are also welcome. User 62, you are welcome. Mary, you are also welcome. Lady Susie, you are welcome. User 17, you are also welcome. Rosemule, Fair Babes, you are welcome. I'm going to greet for the next 5 minutes before we start. Masui, Masejo, you are welcome. Precious, you are welcome. Maggie, you are welcome. Doreen, you are welcome. Tell us where you are logging in from. Miss P, you are welcome. Blue, you are welcome. You've always been on. Tell us where you are logging in from. It would be great to hear from you. Kushi, you're also welcome. Melissa, you are welcome. Masejo, you are welcome. Mae, you are also welcome. Please tell us where you are logging in from. Would like to know. Nchi, you are also welcome. Blanche, you are also welcome. Peter at 12, you are welcome. Babes is from Eastern Cape. Quebeca, is it Quebeca? Are you from Quebeca? Okay, thank you, Mama Dodo, for following us. Mama Dodo, for following us. You are much appreciated. Thank you so much. There's some Chinese people that have come online as well. Thank you so much. Popular D. STC, you are welcome. Nonto, you are welcome. Player, you are also welcome. Spumelele, you are welcome. You are welcome. Please, is it Divinalist? Yeah, Divinalist Dikeled, you are welcome. Fikile, you are welcome. Lebogang Pesi, you are welcome. Lishupindi and Agnes, you are welcome. Marissa, you are welcome. Please tell us where you're logging from. Lesecha, Usiame, you are also welcome. Tell us where you are logging in from. Jonathan, tell us where you are logging on Ntebatsing. Thank you so much for following us. Ntebatsing 456. Thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. As you are coming on board, please tell us where you are logging in from. It would really be great to hear from you so we can have conversation. Thank you so much. Mama Dodo from Johannesburg. Lovely. Amanda Pagade, you are welcome. Musadi, you are also welcome. Dudunko C, you are welcome. China T, you are welcome. Kabelo, you are welcome. Maupe is from K1. Where is K1? East London. Amanda Paget, East London. Is East London Kana is now Quebec? Or am I getting it wrong? Happy Boy, you are welcome. Z, you are also welcome. Let me decline this quickly. Okay, great stuff. Maggie, you are welcome. Bongi, you are also welcome. Thank you so much. And Debatsing is from Cape Town. Lovely, lovely. Mojaji, you are welcome. Lindy, you are welcome. For those of you, Kariwanga, you are also welcome. Good evening, Kariwanga. Katlehong, Maupe. Katlehong, where? Is it the same Maupe that I spoke to on Saturday? Because I'm from Ramkunupi East in Katlehong, so I'm not sure where are you from. Are you the lady that's from Togos? I'm not sure. Watching from Durban, Sipumelele. Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much for tuning in, Sipumelele. Bella Bella Mampela. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is great to have you guys on board. We are about to start. Remember, the purpose behind this live session is to have a discussion, talk about any topic where life is concerned, because it's all about life in perspective. Life in perspective. You can ask questions on my content. You can decide to conversate with me on any of the topics you feel I have not covered and you have an interest in, or you can pose questions. You can pose questions and ask me whatever you want me to address, and I'm more than happy to address them. First come, first serve. Camp Adventures followed us. Thank you so much, Camp Adventures. You are much appreciated. Maupe, yes sir, from Mushweshwe. Okay, get you. Tiso is watching from Midrand, but you are from Botswana. Okay, where in Botswana, say? Where are you from, Botswana, Tiso? It would be lovely to know. Mr. P from Bloemfontein. Lovely. Ntabi has followed us. Pomba Ata has also followed us. Thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. Thank you so very much. Let me just do this quickly. Okay, so I don't miss your comments. There we go. Wonderful. Okay. Thank you so much. Mpo Mbata has also followed us. Maupe, thank you for liking the live. Please do continue liking the live. It's much appreciated. The more you like, the more people will see that we are on. Godzilla. Hey, there's Godzilla here as well. You are welcome. Sansa Bafana. Wow. My brother, you are online. Lovely. Spumelele, thank you for liking the live, guys. You are much appreciated. Please do share your topics. I am now, I'm 7 minutes in. There's only 3 minutes left before I start the new topic. So you guys can just tell me, what is it that you want to discuss? Talk to me. I want to hear what is it that you want to discuss. As you are coming on, thank you so much. Tell us where you are logging in from. And for those who are on, Puling has also joined. Thank you so much. Thank you for liking the live, guys. Much appreciated. Mama Hope has also joined. Egi Mabuza has also joined. Masana has also joined. Lizette Malachi, thank you so much for following us. Lizette Malachi, you are much appreciated. Ashley has joined us. Snack has also joined us. Yes. Is it Maho has joined? Slash has joined. Charmaine has joined. Tell us where you're logging in from. Queen, we would like to know where you are logging in from. It would be really great. Aubrey has also joined us. Tell us, Dladla Zipo. Okay, wonderful. Oh, hello, we have a new live session. I get you guys, we're putting me under pressure on Saturday that I must bring another session. So we are testing it, guys. We are just testing it to see if it works out, to see if it's actually worth the effort, it's worth the time. So let's do it. Let's do it and see if it works out. Camp Adventure. Thank you. You're watching from Liberia, but you are from Ghana. Where in Ghana? Accra. Are you from Accra in Ghana, the most popular city? Dladla Zipo, okay, thank you. Yes, Lizette from Idlin. Is it Idlin? Okay. Lou, you are welcome as you are joining us. Tell us where you are logging in from. It would really be great. Sandile, you are welcome. Thank you so much for those who are continuing to like the live. Papa Praise from Pretoria. Thank you so much. And Zoleka Wines watching from France. Is it France Hook? Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. And Kesio R from South Africa. Yes, South Africa, where? We want to know where you are from in South Africa. As you are joining in, guys, please let us know where you are joining from. I've just seen N as well as just joined. Please tell us. Tipo Jobe, thank you so much for following us. Thank you so much. Z from Durban. I have family in Glenmore in Durban. I'm not sure whereabouts are you in Durban. Ok, you are also welcome. Yeah, you are welcome as well. Kesho ke Mokopane. Okay, Mokopane, the side, the mining side of things where they are mining chrome. Lovely stuff. Homucho, you are welcome. Thank you so much. Hi from Devon Overport. Thank you so much. Leanne from Devon. Where in Devon, guys? Luxon from Benin. Benin where? Benin, Nigeria. Benin, Europe. Where in Benin in Africa, not Europe. I'm not sure I'm saying Benin in Africa. Francistown in Botswana. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I haven't actually been there. I've got friends that normally frequent there a lot. Like the live. Babes, like the live. Thank you so much for liking the live, babes. You can actually, like, literally like it. That would be much better. Oh, Wentworth. Okay, you are in Wentworth. Thank you, Leanne. Much appreciated. Ntuzuma in Durban. Lovely, Z. I Goni. Thank you so much for the rose. You are much appreciated. You are much appreciated for the rose. Benin, West Africa. Okay, great stuff. Now I know where you are. Thank you so much, Luxin. Much appreciated. What language do they speak in Benin? I actually haven't checked. What language? Is it French? Or are they speaking their native language? What language are they speaking there? What is the most popular language? Lambi, thank you so much for joining us. Camp Adventure says French. Okay. You can confirm, Luxin. I'm not sure if that is so. I was also assuming that it's French. Just like in the DRC and so forth, I was assuming it's French. Thank you so much for those of you who are coming on board, guys. Now it's time for you to tell me what you want for us to discuss. What would you like for me to discuss? What would you like for me to discuss? Let me ask one of my boys to bring me something for the lips. Bring me something for the lips in the bedroom. All right. We are speaking French and some other local languages. Okay. So what is the most popular local language you have in Benin, say? What is the most popular? This is how people should treat their viewers. What do you mean, Lausa girl? Talk to me. What do you mean this is how people should treat their viewers? Talk to me. Can you touch on the psychology of money? Dladla Zipho, you are much appreciated. You are much appreciated. The psychology of money, I will get to it. All right, I feel much more comfortable now. Diana in Queensbury, Durban. Wow, Queensbury, Durban. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I'm going to touch on the psychology of money just now, and we're going to deal with that now. And it's very, very important that we understand this. And I think it's going to help a lot of people to begin to understand. It's Fongbe. Okay, I hope I'm saying it right, Luxin. Camp Adventure says they thought it's Ewe. Okay, I don't know if Ewe is a language. How can you tell you dating a narcissist? Ooh, okay. We'll have a look at that. Interesting. So I think, Nosipo, before I actually deal with your question, I'm going to start talking to what Dladla Zipho has requested. But please give me your definition of a narcissist. Give me your definition of a narcissist, as Nosipo. Give me your definition of a narcissist, and then I should be able to get it right. And Luxin says, Ewe is for Togo, a country not far from Benin. Okay, lovely. Okay, that's great. Guys, for those of you who are joining us now, please do tell us where you are logging from. We would like to know. We've got people all the way from Central Africa. We've got people in Botswana. We've got people in Nigeria. We've got people in different places. It is so great to have all of you today. I didn't expect to have such a turnover on a weekday. Normally, I expect such numbers on I think you guys are trying to prove me wrong. If you do prove me wrong, look, we will secure the spot. We will definitely secure the spot, but it will be an hour session. It's not going to be longer than an hour so that people can still... Linda from Gqeberha. Is it Gqeberha or Gqeberha? I think I'm saying it Gqeberha, if I'm right. But yes, somewhere along those lines. Thank you, Malindi, for coming on board. And thank you for those who are following us. Much appreciated. You will have access. Toriso from Freiburg. I think I saw that name on Saturday. I think I saw your name. Tulani, you are welcome. Thank you so much. For those of you who are coming on right now, we are about to start. Please, Nosipo, don't forget to give me your definition of a narcissist. Now, the psychology of money. Thank you, Mude. Is it Mude? Kahung, Terence, bana. We're almost so how feeling navana. We thank God for the Kahung people. Thank you so very much. And there is, I am from Polokwane, Tabang from Polokwane. Mode is from Johannesburg in Western area. Western area? Is it Western area in Just next to Carltonville, where they are doing mining, gold mining. Is it that same Western area? Secunda here, Mr. Hulk. Thank you so much, Mr. Hulk in Mpumalanga, Secunda. Thank you so much. You are much appreciated. Laxin says, what are we going to talk about? There's already been 2 suggestions, sir. There's already been 2 just suggestions. The first one is you're allowed to suggest your own topic as well if you want us to discuss it. The first one is the psychology of money. The other one is how to identify or to spot whether you are dating a narcissist or not. And we're gonna deal with that. But I want to first deal with the psychology of money. Very, very important for us to deal with. And I'm gonna use examples of people that are well known for us to just. And I'm also gonna share a story. There's a story that I bumped into that I really loved that actually shows the psychology of money. G, thank you, Suke or G. Thank you from thank you from Bloemfontein. From Bloemfontein. Thank you so much. Okay, there's Nomnebo from Newcastle, but you are in Witbank. Wow. Okay. Pumalanga is quite. Kiamukhetsu is from Mukhaetsu. Is that a place? Okay. Okay, I think we are good to go. Can you touch on family relatives that are toxic? We've dealt on that 2 weeks back, but I'll just touch on it a little bit. Yeah, I think let's start with the first one, guys. Let's start with the first topic so that we can just get on with it because we don't have a lot of time today. So we must cover as much ground as possible. So the psychology of money. Look, if you look at the history of money and how money actually started as a legal tender and how it became. Diana, thank you so much for following us. Thank you so much, Diana, for following us. Someone wants us to also touch on the power of time. We will have a look, guys. Some of these topics, I'm going to ask you to just repost them as time goes because the comments normally disappear. So when I try to go back, I can't find most of them. Please, the person that requested that I talk about narcissists, please give me your definition of a narcissist so I can answer you in context. Mzwake Mhlongo, thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. Mode, you are also welcome. Thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. So let's talk about the psychology of money. And I think for a lot of us, money, because of the background that it has, and the kind of transactions that it has done even over history. Mama Dodo says, can we be open about cheating to save our honest partners for transmission of disease? Yeah, look, I think sometimes it's fair to be open, especially when your relationship has reached a level where you are so trusting towards each other that you are even intimate. You need to be very careful. And Malindi, thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. So you need to be really careful and be honest with the next person so that you are protecting them as well. And I think being in a relationship with a person, I think this is one of the things that I am very sensitive about when it comes to dating. When you say you are dating a person, you need to have reached a level of honesty towards that person that does not allow you to hide critical things from them, which more than half the time you'll find that a lot of people actually will date even when they still have large skeletons in the closet, which is really not fair. A lot of people that I've interacted with via conversation and whatnot, those who know me that are close to me, they would know I'm a very open person. I'm an open book to read. I'm not that complex. And I'm very straightforward about what I think, what I feel, what I like, and what I don't like. And I believe that's actually very important for us to get to as well. So I think it's critical. I'm touching that because I think it's a very short one to deal with. I think fate brought me to this life. I need this. So it's important that we realize the importance of being open to that level. You cannot date a person that you are going to hide your shortcomings from. You cannot be with a person that you are going to hide your limitations from. That is in itself very limiting for the relationship. And not only is it limiting, but it will also put you in a position where you will be so misunderstood by the next person because there are things about you that they do not know because you have hidden. And they judge you from that perfect eye based on what you have projected towards them, and yet you do not show attributes of perfection to the level that they have perceived you. that most of the time creates a problem, because you are not what they thought you were. And that can be a bone of content in a lot of relationships. So it becomes important. Smarts, thank you so much. And Malindi, thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated, much appreciated. So it's important to get to that point where you actually do that. So now let's touch on the psychology of money. Why is it important for us to understand this thing? So you will realize that there is always a lot of things that have come as Mavis, thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. Mavis Siweze. I don't know how to pronounce your surname. You'll forgive me, but Mavis Siweze, thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. I don't want to butcher your surname. That's why I'm staying. Lenka Hakati, thank you so much for following us. You are appreciated. Thank you, Mavis. Thank you. You are appreciated. So it's important for us to realize that the reason why money came is because initially when trade started, Babes, thank you so much for following us. Babes, you are much appreciated. When money as a legal tender started, or rather, let's say transaction, before we go to money, any form of transaction that would have happened long time ago, before the existence of money, would have happened on the basis of assets, on the basis of things that are valuable. There would be an exchange of certain things. Akona, thank you so much for following us. There would be an exchange of certain things, whether they exchange goods, not goods, they would exchange goods for valuable things like gold, like silver. They would exchange goods for other valuable things like, crops, and they would exchange goods for cows maybe, or whatever the case might be. And obviously at some point in time, smart people along the way. Thank you, Matsileng, for the flower. You are much appreciated. So you will find that then it evolved, and it got to a space where it needed to be formalized, because at first it was done informally by people who felt the value of what I have is equal to what I want from you, so let's trade. It was more negotiation than anything else. But nowadays, obviously, it has become different, because Venant FX, wow, it's been a while. It's been a while, Venant X. Me, I got a heartbreak on Monday. Hi, bought this life. Okay, apologies, Venant. Don't worry. Such is life. But no, Loma Ruping, thank you so much for following us. So money then became a legal tender, even prior to the commodities being used. But now you would understand that because of the difference in the different commodities that are there, money then becomes very, I don't want to say liquid, but it becomes unreliable, in a sense that either way, even if you do get money, user 98, thank you so much for following us, user 98. Even if you have money, that is why you've got different currencies, because they have different strengths depending on how those countries are behaving. And when the economy is formed, and the different economies formed, it obviously created some form of segregation, because people were behaving in a certain way when it comes to the trade market, and others were behaving different from others, and other markets were trusted while other markets lost trust because of how they were behaving and all sorts of other things. But at some point it needed to be formalized. It needed to be really more formalized. And you then realize that there were elements, or rather metals and precious metals, that, or even gemstones, that were given a certain amount of value. They were given a certain amount of value, and that amount of value that was given to them was given so that people can use it to trade. As well. Violet, thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. And this trade then led to different other economies obviously coming out from that, and it became a huge economy that you could call a global economy, but that's also segregated depending on which parts of the world you are coming from. And some countries were behind, or some continents were behind compared to others, and that obviously created a few challenges for those who were behind in as far as this trade is concerned. But then people started investing in commodities and other things that seem to hold their value much longer than money. And even today, you'll find that there's still people that are putting gold in their banks to make sure that they buffer inflation, and they buffer all these other financial challenges. Now, a lot of people are even putting money into property, to use property to protect their money. Dimaka, so thank you so much for following us. Other people are putting their money into land, and they're locking their money into land to protect their money, so that even if the markets or the economy of a country does not look that well, they can still protect a portion of their wealth through assets. And you find that other people invest in houses, other people invest, well, let me say property and not houses. They invest in property. Some take the money and put it in businesses so that they can multiply that amount of money and actually get it to work. And Venant says like what Zim did, some of the things that also Zimbabwe made in terms of decisions, they are in the SADC, so we know exactly what happened in those regions in as far as certain decisions that are concerned. And that had a very, very negative impact on its economy, not because the decision that the Zim people took was materially wrong in a sense that it was something that was outside what they could have done. As a country, that's what they believed, and they believed strongly that that's what they needed to do. But the rest of the market, when they looked at those actions, they felt that those actions were actually discriminatory to other races that were in that country at that point in time. That then meant that obviously other countries would put sanctions and whatnot against them, and that affected them. So money then became one of those things that are very critical at any given point in time to actually participate in the economy. And Linky Fall Mkiza says, can you say this formalization, legalization of money is done in a fair manner? No, it's obviously not done in a fair manner. It's not done in a fair manner because there are certain countries that know, because of the amount of wealth and resources that they have, they are able to influence. See live at ZN. Thank you so much for the gift. You are much appreciated. They are able to use that, and it can lean in different directions. And I was using the sovereign wealth fund as an example to say a country that has a sovereign wealth fund, depending on how people that run that fund behave, they can actually cause big trouble for a country, because the decisions they make at that level have the ability to affect the prices of things, have the ability to affect the markets and the economy, even in that country. Thank you, babes. Thank you, babes, for following us. You are much appreciated, much appreciated. So it has the power to do that. So over time, you would have noticed that the psychology of money began to change. The psychology of money began to change, because not only were people seeing this as something to accumulate so that you have some form of status in life, it affected the status of people, because they knew that if you had a lot of money and you could buy assets and you could have a lot of assets in society, you came across as a person who's well established. Nobile, thank you so much. Thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. Linky says true. Thank you for confirming. So that some of these things you realize as time went, people began to develop smarter ways on how to use money and how to work with money. And you will see even today, there's still a lot of different things that are coming up where money is concerned, where even governments are still trying to block certain things from happening. Where now it's cryptocurrency and there's all these other currencies that are coming on that people are trying to block, because they are trying to avoid, or rather they are trying to make sure that whatever that they have built in other economies through other currencies is protected. And because if you allow all these other currencies to come in at will, more than half the time they will crash some of the markets because of the nature of those type of currencies. And it's important to realize that. So the psychology of money moved from it being a status thing, it being something that you are accumulating for future generations, for sustainability for your own family. Not only is it a status thing, but it was more of a sustainability where a bloodline or a family is concerned to say you must create wealth for your family so that your family, and you look at it in a black context where a lot of black people would accumulate livestock, they would accumulate land, they would accumulate livestock, and they would use that as some form of what I would call wealth, and some of it was large enough to actually become generational wealth, where they would move. And you will see, the more a person had cows, the more, even if you read the Bible, you will see a lot of people in the Bible were classified by how many donkeys they had, especially in the early times of the Bible. They were classified by how many goats and whatnot they had. And then later on, the time of Solomon and the other guys came, and it was more about the gold, and they were not talking about animals anymore. Because it evolved over time, because people were now starting to mine and they were realizing that there's metals, there's this. So it evolved from cows, it became money. But this whole thing is actually interconnected, because it can move in any direction. It can go to cows, it can go to animals, it can go to commodities, it can go to anything. Because all of it, at the end of the day, is a means of trying to buffer the negative impacts of any economy, so that a person can remain sustainable in what they own in a form of assets. And money is one of those assets you can actually own as a person, even though it's a liquid asset, but it is still an asset. So the psychology of money then obviously changes with time. where people begin to realize that money can be used to oppress other people. Money can be used to show power so that people can listen to you. Money can be used to manipulate via bribery. Money can be used to do a lot of different things. Money can be utilized by or it can be utilized for a lot of different purposes. So what does this then mean for us? What it then means for us is that we needed then to have some form of understanding. And to some extent, money was also spiritual. It played a role in how certain spiritual things happened. And you will see even now that you cannot propagate, you cannot even do a lot of spiritual things cannot be mobilized because of how the economy is structured, that you need money. That is why sometimes when I look at social media and people are fighting people for churches, accumulating money and this and that, and I sit there and ask myself a question: how are they supposed to operate without accumulating money? How are they supposed to even do anything without accumulating any money? It's senseless for us to think anyone can mobilize or run an entity or an organization that is not liquid. It's just not possible. Even if it's a non-profit organization, it still needs money to survive. So however way we look at it, money it sits at the core of a lot of things that we have to do as people for us to be able, because a lot of things have been commercialized. A lot of things have been commercialized. It doesn't matter what it is. Even water is commercialized now. Even the food we eat is extremely commercialized. Even a lot of things that we have to get, it's commercialized. We don't wear the clothes that we used to wear many hundreds of years ago. We have to wear stuff that is being designed by specific people, and it comes with money. It requires money. So it also means that we will then need to have a better understanding of the fact that a lot of things require us to be comfortable with the fact that money is here and money is here to stay. But we need to have an understanding of what that means for us. What does that mean for us? So lady TCM says it's still spiritual. Yes, it is still spiritual. And she also says, or he also says, but it says lady, so I'll say she. Money is energy. Money is energy. And you are touching on things that I resonate with very much, because to tell you the honest truth, if we do not understand the importance of how a person can relate with money, which is where I'm going with this whole conversation, how a person can relate with money, we will fail to understand one of the most important aspects about how money actually works. Money does not always go to people who think of spending it. It doesn't stay. If all you do when you have money in your hand is to think, what can I do with it in terms of spending it, it will not stay. And for simple reasons, because you're going to trade with it. To you, it's a commercial entity. It's a legal tender you can exchange for goods. You can exchange for whatever you desire, which means you are going to deplete. But there are those people, when they have money in their hands, they are thinking, how do I use this money to get my way in life? And their perception of money, when it comes to that, is different. Other people will say, how do I use money to enhance my personal growth, whether spiritual, whether emotional, whether physical? How do I use this money to do that? Yes, that money might finish, but the impact of that money resonates beyond the usage of the money. You see, now that person, their psychology of money is different from the psychology of money for someone else. And it's important for us to actually understand this, because this is what, thank you Matsileng for the gift. You are much appreciated. You are much appreciated. Perfect says, bro, just love you, but I don't know why. Thank you so much for loving me, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Blue says, in a typical African family context, psychology of money was never taught to us. Yes, it was not. Because money has always been seen as something you need to have so you can spend. So a lot of Ngoni, thank you so much for the gift as well. You are much appreciated. It has always been taught that way. It has always been taught that way. And the sad part is that because for black people, a lot of black people, they know when money comes, and people will say, money does, it always has usage. It never stays. And you will find that people plan for the money even before it comes. And they plan to use it before it comes. And it's very rare that you will find in the African context a lot of people that have developed to a level where they realize that money can be used for more than just expenditure. It can be used for more than just trade. It can be used for a lot of things. So Malindi says everything is commercialized. Mahosi says, good evening, guys. Okay. Kiamokhetsi says, powerful conversation. And someone says, can we attract money? I'll explain just now. Yes, you can attract money. And I'm going to get to it just now. Linky says, yes, money is spiritual and energy-based. Powerful. This is important. And that's where the law of attraction actually comes in there. But I'm going to touch on that just now. Money was taught from, in form Leruo in Africa. Yeah. That's how money was taught. Putsi, thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. So what am I trying to say? I am trying to say, if we want to talk psychology of money, it depends where you come from. It depends on your setting, it depends on your environment, and it depends on how money is used where you are coming from. It depends on how money is used where you are coming from. Other people, they grew up in environments where money to them, Dalitha, thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. Perfect says there is something you said in one of your videos. It stuck with me forever. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. That is the law of attraction. Yes, indeed. And I touched on that on some of my videos. Very, very important. So I'm going to get to the law of attraction. Just bear with me. I just want to build up properly so you can hear me. So what I'm trying to get to is that then you will realize that for a lot of people, then money becomes what the conceptual idea they have of money becomes their reality. The conceptual idea they have of money becomes their reality. You'll find a lot of people who are doing well, especially our black brothers and sisters who are doing well, maybe, career-wise. They are earning very big salaries and so forth. But a lot of them, even if they are earning those salaries, they just leave that money in the bank and they are saving it. Some of them, they are, putting it in unit trust so that it multiplies money. But none of them have actually, or not none of them, but some of them have not actually reached the level where they understand that that money is far more powerful than it making you interest. It's far more powerful than it making you interest. And you will realize that when you then move from all these different levels of how people perceive money, and you go to a millionaire level of making of money, you will realize that there is a difference between a person who is a millionaire and a person who has millions. And it's very important for us to understand that, because all of this has everything to do with your mental disposition. It has everything to do with where you are mentally as a person. And that plays a very critical role for you to understand that you having millions in the bank does not necessarily mean you are a millionaire. It does not necessarily mean you are a millionaire. And it's important for us to understand this, because it means you have millions, which means at any given point in time, when you start touching those millions, the likelihood is that you might lose it. And I mean, you see it all over the place. How many people have won the lottery in South Africa? And because they didn't have a millionaire mentality, those millions dissipated in their hands. They just fell through their fingers as if it's sand or water. Because the mentality was not at the level where it can manage what they have in their hands. And that's where the challenge actually comes in. Where if you are not well developed, if your psychology of money is not at the level where you can handle money at a certain level, the likelihood is that you are going to mess up that money. You are going to mess it up. And yes, I see Ngodni says financial education is very important. Yes, financial education is very important in making sure that you don't spend everything you have. But here we are talking about growing beyond just saving, beyond just having a little bit of money that you are putting on the side and living comfortably. We are talking passing that boundary and reaching a level where you have what we call financial freedom. Financial freedom. And those levels have everything to do with how you are mentally. Now, I want to show you and share a story with you. There's a story that I read where a guy was once a millionaire. He realized that he was not actually winning when it comes to building good relationships with people around him, because people respected him for money, because that's another psychology that people have. When you have money, people, for some reason, they give you respect because they think they might benefit from you. And that's another psychology of money. And a lot of people love that. So they fight to get money because they want that kind of treatment. So that's another psychology of money. But the likelihood is that if that's where you stay as a person, that's exactly where you're going to stay. You're not going to be able to do anything else. You're not going to be able to do anything else. And this is very important to understand. I see someone saying, Fulufelo says true, Mama Dodo says true. Some believe that saving in the bank, it's dangerous to, yeah, no, look, it depends. I mean, especially in countries that are unstable. I've seen a lot happening in countries that are unstable, where a country just politically collapses and you've had big savings in a bank and the bank gets looted and you lose all your money. Or an economy crashes, and once it crashes, your money loses so much value that it's virtually useless. That's why you'll find a lot of people investing their money in assets. They invest their money in other currencies. They invest their money in different things, in properties, in different things, commodities, you name it. Now, it's important. So Perfect says, what's important, love or money? No, I'm not going to go into that right now. You are off-ramping me. I don't want to go there. We are talking about the psychology of money. We are talking about the psychology of money. So we will deal with that later on if we get to it. Now, these different things that you feel as a person where money is concerned, and you can tell what your psychology of money is. You can tell. And you can be able to determine whether you are happy with that kind of psychology or you want to change it. And if you want to change that kind of psychology, you need to decide at what level do you want to pitch it. A millionaire does not think the same way as a billionaire where money is concerned. Let me tell you something. A lot of millionaires became millionaires because they were good at something. They provided a service that people needed, and they did something and money came. Or they invented something. They invented something and then money came. If you think at a billionaire level, the psychology is different there. Because at a billionaire level, those people are looking at humanity. And they are saying, what good can I bring to humanity that will change the course of humanity? You listen to Elon Musk speaks. He speaks about humanity. Literally, in his mind, he believes he represents humanity. Even in his space shuttle program of going to Mars to go look for a possibility of inhabiting Mars and living there, he believes he is representing human beings. He doesn't believe he's representing himself or anyone else. But you'll find a lot of millionaires, they believe they represent themselves. It's about their image, it's about themselves and where they are going. And then you pass that threshold and you see people that are now representing humanity. That's why you will see, when people think at a humanity level, they begin to pass boundaries of wealth that are beyond natural. That are beyond natural. And you find that many a times, those people can pass those boundaries simply because they have thought of problems that can solve a greater humanity problem. They have thought of solutions that can solve a greater humanity problem. One of those humanity problems we came across was the computing world. One of those was telecommunications. And I'm talking top 10 billionaires in the world. Telecommunications. Power. Fashion. The current billionaire is a fashionista. He owns Louis Vuitton and all these other things. The things that people feel are at the core of their existence. When you are able to think at that level, then your psychology of money is not about, I want to be rich, I want to be doing this, I want to have more money than anyone else. No. Your focus in life is to say, what is it that I can find that almost everyone has not found a solution for, but I'll be the first one to find that solution. Or what innovation can I bring that will actually improve a problem that is currently in existence? So the psychology there is completely different. The psychology there is completely different. Now, with that being said, I want you now to begin to refocus yourself and start thinking, what is it about money, you as a person, that you feel when you think about money? What is it that you feel when you think about money? A lot of people, when they think about money, what they feel is holiday, nice clothes, nice beautiful house, beautiful car. That's what they think when they think about money. And I want to now pull you into that direction where I want to show you how spiritual money is. IGDHH, thank you for following us. Lady Boss, thank you as well for following us. Lufuno, thank you for following us. Thank you so very much. Africa, African, how are you? You are welcome. Money is important, very important. It drives the economies. Do me, see, thank you so much for following us. Jax, thank you for following us. User 92, thank you for following us. Very important. So I think it's important for us to then understand that you will see, not only did they manage to find a solution for humanity, but they believe in a greater purpose about themselves. They believe in a greater purpose about their existence that is beyond just building a spaceship. Elon Musk believes his existence on Earth is far more important than the space program. Which means the things that are making him millions are not even at the level of his, or billions, are not even at the level of his thinking at this point in time. He thinks his importance in the world is far greater than what he's currently doing for the world. And this is now the power of us, that what we need to realize. What we need to realize. Lebukhang, thank you so much for following us. User 92, thank you for following us. Lady TCM says flexibility. You want flexibility where money is concerned. So I think for some of you, tell me, what is it that you think? When you think money, what is it that you think? Tell me. I want to hear from you. What is it that you think when you think money? What is it that you think when you think money? Because I'm trying to show you that the billionaires are thinking they have a greater purpose. Elon Musk thinks his existence is far more important than the space freedom. Okay, someone says freedom. What type of freedom? What type of freedom? Freedom of time? Because I can tell you right now, a lot of billionaires, when they think about money, they think about how much freedom they can gain from that money. Because they value their time more than they value the money they have. They value their time more than the money they have. Because some of them will even tell you that even if I lose that money, I will still make it. I can still make the same money that I've lost, or even more. That's what they believe. Perfect says, where did you get your wisdom from? Thank you. Alpha Chaos says, you just answered a question I've been having. Why I'm stuck where I am with money. Thank you. Very, very important. Very, very. Because when you begin to think past the 10 million that you think you want to have, you will realize that even that 10 million will not define you. If you find a guy walking around flaunting his money and say, I am moneyed, I am this, I'm that, or wanting to talk about his money all the time, that's foolishness. That means the likelihood is that his mental disposition might even be lower than the level of that 10 million. And the likelihood is that they will lose that money with time. But when your mind is higher than the money that you have, when your mission of money is bigger than just yourself, when your mission of money is bigger than just yourself, it's bigger than anything else. It's at a humanity level. It's at the humanity level. And I'm not talking about you wishing and saying, I can convince God when I pray to say, if you bless me, I'll take care of the poor. I will do this and you are not solving, look, even Jesus himself said, the poor you will always have. There will always be someone who is lacking in something all the time. So even if you want to take care of the poor, you must realize that you are only doing a portion. You are not going to cover the whole thing. So even if you go out there to try and help the poor, you must know that you are only covering a portion and you might not be able to even cover everyone, which is actually quite realistic. But the ultimate thing is that there are things that you can find that are solutions to humans that can access almost every living human being. Today, one of the top 5 billionaires in the world is in the telecommunications. He's from South America. He came up with the telecommunications network there. And he's providing connectivity for people at different levels and at different walks of life. Now you realize that that is bigger than providing food for people. Whether economies die or they crash or they do this, you will always need to communicate. You will always need connectivity. Some people would rather even go hungry and buy airtime just so that their phone remains connected. That's how powerful these things are. So you see, a billionaire has gone past all these things that we think are important. The food, the money, the cars, the houses. I am telling you right now, a person with a mentality, with a good psychology of money does not think house. They don't care where they live. They would live anywhere because they know their mind is far beyond where they live. Elon Musk, next to his space shuttle program, he has a 2-bedroom house. 2-bedroom house. He lives there more than half the time. But Warren Buffett, the house that he bought when he started his investment stuff, he's still in the same house. All he does is renovate. He still drives the same car that he bought. He just buys the facelift every time a new facelift comes in. But he still drives the same car. He eats the same meals every day when he goes to work. Even the people at the McDonald's that he buy from, they know. When the stock is doing good, they know he's going to buy something for $35. When the stock is not doing well, he will buy something for $28. They know it. They know it. Alpha Chaos, thank you so much for following us. Thank you so much. And then Ngobi says freedom. Lady Boss says power. Hey, this is getting interesting now. And Polite says blessing other people. Okay. African says freedom. And then let me see now. Someone is explaining here because I did ask what kind of freedom. They are saying to be able to do what I want. Okay, I'm assuming that you say what you want to with time and to escape the rat race. I think money is material mentality. Okay, so that's what you think. Okay, perfect. A means to an end. Okay, perfect. I can't read that name. I'm not sure what language is that, but thank you so much for the comment. Means to an end. Lady TCM says you won't sleep if you have money, Claire, unless you are liberated from self. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. If your mind is at spend level, the likelihood is that you are never going to get to a point where you make significant money, because that's how you think. Financial literacy should be taught from a young age. Very important. I agree with you. So that people have a different humanity level of life. Okay, is that what you think when you think of money? Glada Zipo says, my relationship with money is not good at all. I think I need some sort of money therapy. Okay. Okay, and then TCM says, Lady TCM says, I can't live without data. Desperado followed us. Thank you so much. Niso Bangu or Niso Shabangu. Thank you so much for following us. Kavezembwa, hey, welcome. Perfect says you are the best among them all. Okay. You are best amongst them all. Okay, I'm not sure if you're referring to money there. Dennis says, thank you so much. This is a conversation I didn't know I needed to hear. Dennis has also followed us. Much appreciated. Lady T says, do you mentor kids? No, I don't mentor kids at all. I do not mentor kids at all. Polite, thank you for following us. Much appreciated. So let's get into it, guys. So I study big figures. I study political figures. I study historical figures. I study people with money. I study them. I want to know how they think. So I don't know if I would call this wisdom, but I think I would call it just knowledge, because I don't think it has reached a level where I can call it wisdom. I'm going somewhere. I am going somewhere. And when I get there, I'll be the first one to tell you, you see where I was telling you I was going, I have arrived there. And I'll explain. This conversation, if we were to have it again in the next 5 years, we will have a different conversation, because there are things now I'll be able to unpack better. Because the point behind why Mihadi, thank you so much. I hope you are not late. We are in it. Don't worry. Africa says, it's so strange. I have a book on this by a South African lady, business Silesho. I need to read again. Okay. Mzwake Mhlongo says, please tell us what that book is. I haven't read it, so I would like to know who wrote the book. Mzwake says, how do you change in that mentality of spending? Yeah, you need to start thinking bigger. And that's what I'm trying to show you now. That's what I'm trying to. Dr. Mukhongwana says financial literacy at its best. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. So I am trying to show you, for you to be able to know, how are these people able to attract money at that level? Yes, we can talk about the law of attraction to say the energy you create, this and that. And we all know that energy is created by what you think, what you meditate on most of the time, your deep thoughts, what you meditate on, what you speak and what you believe. This is what exudes energy. It's what we call aura, your energy. That's what we're talking about. And that energy is determined. Thank you so much, Doctor, for following us. Thank you so much. You appreciated. Queen SKM, you are appreciated for following us as well. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Now, what am I trying to say? Refill, thank you for following us. Muema says, just joined as well. Oh, guys. You know what? But it's okay. Let's continue. So money then becomes one of those things that I believe then you need to also pitch. I said to people, more money, more problems. More money, more problems. And Tebogo says that's why they file for bankruptcy from time to time. It's one of those things that are very interesting about rich people or wealthy people. They don't care whether they lose money or not. They actually do not care. They do not hang on to the thought of having money. They don't. They don't care. If they believe in something, they'll invest in it. Even if it means they lose money, they'll walk away in peace, but with a smile to say, I tried it, it didn't work. And they'll smile about it. I remember Arnold. Arnold is this guy that owns Louis Vuitton and all these other alcohol brands. He's the one that owns them. Now, he's the richest man in the world right now. And in his documentary, there's times where he talks about how he lost money. And he just laughs about it. He says, look, I lost money and, it was a bad investment, but we move on from it. And you ask, how much did you lose? I lost about 20 billion from it. And he says, we move on from it. Now, if any of us were to think about losing, if you have 10 million and you lost 8 of that 10 million, a lot of us would collapse, would break down and be a mess, because we cannot possibly fathom losing that amount of money, because the first thing we think of is how are we going to get more. But a person who has a healthy relationship with money knows that money will always come if I do the right things. And I am saying to you now that you can think at a level of being a thousandaire and be a thousandaire. Fulufelo says this is powerful. Thank you so much, Spumelelo. Always wish that I can just record you when you're sharing your wisdom. I try to post some of it, guys, but it's not easy to post the lives because they are long. And to post those things, you end up having 30 videos that you are posting of the same sort of session. And that doesn't look very nice for me on the page. When I look at it, it doesn't. Their risk appetite is incredible. That's what Tebogo is saying. And that's what billionaires are. They love risk because they know in risk, there is room for what we call leverage. There's room for leverage in risk because a lot of people run from risk. Leah says, I tried and lost. Never try again. I am scared. Oh, why would you be scared? What's going to happen if you sit and not try again? Life will just remain the same unless if you are happy with where life is, which is what I want to talk about now. Let's just deal with it quickly. Muradi, thank you for following us. I just bumped into this talk and got stuck. Thank you for this talk. It's very much. You can follow us to get more of it on the. Oh, you did follow us. Thank you, Muradi. Much appreciated. 3 books: Money by Rob Moore, The Psychology of Money by Morgan House, and Money Master the Game. Okay, I'll check those books out. Lovely. Let me screen grab this because I'll probably need it at some point. Now, my inspiration. Thank you so much, Johnny. You are much appreciated. Now, are you no longer doing the radio show? I am, guys. I am doing radio shows. I'm doing Lekwa FM in the Val. I'm gonna also be starting Thobela FM. I'm starting Thobela FM this Thursday. This Thursday, I'm going to be starting Thobela FM on a Thursday. So I'm going to be doing Thursday shows in the morning on Thobela FM. The only radio station I've stopped is Kurara FM because of structural changes within their radio station. So I felt it does not fit what I want to achieve as a speaker. So it's not Sash. Are you no longer okay? That's what you are asking. Queenie A says it's riskier to not try at all. Very, very important. Very, very. Desperado, thank you for following us. You are much appreciated. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Vincent. Sesh says you must plug us with the slots. Please, I will do that. I'll put that on the page. I think I need to do that and pin them so that you guys know. When in Lekwa FM, I am on Mondays at 9:40. Every Monday, 9:40, you'll find me on Lekwa FM. Thank you. I don't know. You've just followed us. I can't read your name. It's written in a very weird way, but thank you so much. It's got a Z in the end. I'll call you Z. Thank you for following us. Polite. You are in the Val. Yes, you can follow us. Every Monday, 9:40, Lekwa FM. It's a the black doll, no, Z, she's the one doing the show. Do you have a YouTube channel? Yes, I have a YouTube channel. It's got exactly the same name as my TikTok channel, as my TikTok page. Please, you can find it there. And I also have a link on my bio that takes you straight to that page. And then Vinolia joined from South Africa. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jabi Bunny, for following us. Shelin, thank you. Van Rensbeck, thank you for following us. You are much appreciated. So, guys, let me go into this. To me, see, thank you for sharing the live. Now, I want to show you this so that you understand that people who are at the billionaire level, they are living very stressful lives. Very stressful. Bill Gates is doing computers, but his interest is in taking waste and generating energy through waste. He's all over the place. He's in the pharmaceuticals. He's in different places. All his focus is about trying to find solutions to human problems. I don't want to go into conspiracies and other things. That's not what I'm interested in at the moment, because a lot of these conspiracy people, sometimes they don't actually even look at facts. They just grab what looks fishy and they run with it. So I don't like that kind of approach to life. I just believe if you're going to have a conversation about something, you need to put facts on the ground. There are those that use facts, which is good, but I'm not there right now. Simply 42, thank you for following us. You are much appreciated. Sesh says, I'm really struggling with the mentality of taking action. Yeah. So there are levels of money that require you. Thank you, user 53, for following us. You are much appreciated. Levels of money that require you to think different. Because the amount of stress that is associated with that can destroy you as a person. It can destroy your home. It can destroy your family. It can destroy a lot of things. And that is why if you look at the top 10 billionaires in the world, it's not all of them that have healthy relationships. It's not all of them that have healthy marriages. It's not all of them that have healthy mjolo, if I might put it that way. It's not all of them. Some of them don't even have healthy relationships with their children because they are never there. They are always busy. Sharon, thank you so much for the rose. You are much appreciated. I appreciate the flowers. Much appreciated. Pink Rose, thank you for following us. You are appreciated. Thank you so very much. Now, at different levels, you have different challenges to deal with. At a billionaire level, you've got billionaire challenges to deal with. Things that have to do with humanity. And you might find that sometimes when you look at family, you might not value that as much as what other people value. At a millionaire level, there are certain things that you value that people who are at a thousandaire level might not necessarily value. So you need to make up your mind as a person to say, this is where I want to pitch my life. At a thousandaire, I'm happy with hundreds of thousands. This is where my life will be so that I can manage problems at thousands of rands. Okay, TikTok has started again. Let me do the puzzle quickly. Okay, perfect. So all of these things that I'm trying to say to you guys has everything to do with the fact that you decide. You decide. I didn't change Cafe Zembwa. I'm just adding because people requested that I add more of these sessions. So I'm testing now. This is the first session I'm doing outside the Saturday sessions. I'm just checking. And it seems like it's got the same sort of viewership as the Saturday one. So I'm quite impressed. I think the viewers are just proving me wrong. To say even if you come during the week, we'll give you the same following as you would have on a Saturday. So yeah, we didn't change. We still have our Saturday sessions. No change whatsoever there. We will still continue, but we are adding. So let's try this Tuesday thing and see if it works out. So now we need to understand, guys, that all of this has everything to do with you deciding. You are earning 150K, or you are earning 80,000 rands, or you are earning 60,000 rands, and you believe, I am happy with the way my life is. I don't want to deal with problems beyond this. I don't want to deal with problems beyond this level. Renee, thank you so much for following us. You are appreciated. Now, if you are happy with where you are, stay there. You have no reason trying to attract problems that are higher than what you also know emotionally you cannot handle. People who are at that level have a very strong and high level of tolerance. If you look at any of them, you can see they look stressed. And that is why they value their time. Elon Musk works through the night almost every day. He sleeps during the day. People who are in the space program, they only see him at night. During the day, he's sleeping. They know he's at the house, he's sleeping. Fondolucius, thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. And that's just how it is. So you need to decide. And that's why I always say to you guys, if you want to pitch your life at a certain level, if you want it to be at millions, go and study millionaires. Go and study millionaires and their lives. You can look at people like the Apple inventor. You can look at them, Steve Jobs. And look at his life at the millionaire level, borderline billionaire, and so forth. You begin to realize that there are certain things you lose if you go higher up in life. If your focus is going to be larger than yourself and your own personal space, there are certain things that will fall through the cracks that might make your life harder than you are willing to accommodate. And this is something you will need to understand and realize, which means your psychology for money needs to be different. That it is not about me making money and making sure that everyone in the house has money. Or no, but you have money. Why are you bothering me? I give you everything you want. That is a bad approach to it. That is a bad approach to it, because you don't create money to shut people down. You don't create money to make people quiet so that they don't complain about your absence in their lives. No. Thank you so much, Matsileng, for the sushi. Oh, for the sushi. Thank you so much for the sushi. Now, you do not do all of that because you are trying to say, I want to have so much money that I gain the respect of people and this and that. There are people who are going after money for those reasons, but I can tell you, that's where it ends up for them. That's where it ends up. It's like people who sought political power for control, like Adolf Hitler and other people. That's where it ended. It ended with power. Power was taken. That's where their history stopped. What you chase in life is what will ultimately define. So if you are chasing money because you want to live a lavish life, which is what they call soft life, the non-existent so-called soft life, if that's what you want, that's where you're going to end up. Gaining money, spending it. Gaining money, spending it, which is what we call the red race. You go get just to diminish. Get just to diminish. And if that is your psychology in life, that's how it's going to be for you. And you will always live your life. Tebogo says you can also be a billionaire and not responsible for people's livelihood. You can. You can. And it depends on how you structure your life. And many and more people are beginning to realize, especially at a billionaire level, they are beginning to realize that my IQ, my intelligence, and my ability to innovate and my ability to do this is not good enough for me to live a balanced life. Some of them are beginning to realize that emotional intelligence is important. Some of them are beginning to realize that family is important. And some of them are even downgrading. They are downgrading where they are, like what Warren Buffett did the other time. He gave Bill Gates half of his wealth and gave it to charity after his wife passed away, because his wife has always wanted to give to charity. So when his wife died, he took half of his wealth, but he's still up there because he's making the money. His mind is not in generating and accumulating. His mind is generating and causing impact and creating and building more. So, and that's how you need to begin to perceive yourself as a person, to say, you can do so much more where money is concerned. You can do so much more. You can change your psychology where money is concerned by beginning to realize that money is not a means to an end. Money is not something that you need now to do this now so you can move forward now. Money is bigger than that. Money is spiritual. That's why you will see a lot of these people who are billionaires, a lot of them who are billionaires, they believe in some form of spiritual power. They believe that there is a power and a force that exists beyond them, that influences even their decisions, that influences their ability to become the best that they can be. What does it mean? You will have to some extent believe that there is a God out there who created all these things, who have given you these abilities, and he has given you a mission in life for you to do certain things. Whether that mission is in the hundreds of thousands, it's fine. Whether that mission is in the millions, it's fine. Whether that mission is in the billions, it's fine. Whether that mission is in the trillionaires like the sheikhs in the Arab countries, it's fine. It pitches at the level that you actually want to be in. Why? Because that's the level that you feel you can actually manage. Lady TCM says, generating electricity through poo, that will be the best invention. Yeah, he's been doing that for years. It's actually making inroads. He's actually making inroads. We want money to respond to trauma, Ashi. Why would you want money to respond to trauma? You see, those are some of the, what I would call inferior thinking where money is concerned. Where it just shows that where the psychology of money is concerned, we are still at the level where we're living from hand to mouth because of the way we are thinking. Whatever we attain and we get with our hands, we destroy. We go and look for more. We spend and go look for more. It's like how the thugs and the tsotsis live. Some of them steal millions. None of them starts a business. Or very few of them start businesses. A lot of them blow the money. They go and live lavish lives or promiscuous lives and whatever else that happens. They blow the money, they drink it, they do this, they do that, and before you know it, the money is gone. The money is gone. What is 99 fall, Maria? 99 fall. I'm not sure what that is. LG Mabunda, thank you so much for following us. Matlatse, thank you for following us. Much, much appreciated. So what am I trying to say to you guys? Your psychology, the way you perceive money, the way you see money has the ability to affect how you ultimately become as a person and how your relationship with money will look like. And it's unfortunate that some nationalities, some tribes and some races had a very bad start in life, you know, because of a lot of injustice that has happened towards them. And they have a lot of work that they need to do to change the way they've been perceiving things all along and begin to perceive things in the right way. Sherilyn van Rensbeck says, I feel like God wanted me to be here. I want more than millions. I need this. I need this wisdom. Very, very important, Cheryl. Begin to dream and think of things that are bigger than you. Things that can change the world. Things that can affect and cause echoes throughout the globe. And they will know Cheryl has arrived. Is it Sherilyn? Yeah, Sherilyn. Sherilyn has arrived. And they say, that lady, that Van Rensbeck lady has arrived. Why? Because your thinking is at the level, even when you have not even achieved that level of mind, just by your thinking, when people with influence and power sit with you and they hear you talk and they say, this one is an upcoming billionaire. You don't even have 10 million in your bank account that time. And a billionaire will spot you and say, this is billionaire type of thinking. This is how you attract what you need. This is what we call the law of attraction, where your mind has traveled way ahead of you. Your mind has traveled way ahead of you. Way ahead. Your mind is already achieving things at a global level. Even if you physically, you are still at a local level, at a provincial level, or even at a municipal level, in your own place, wherever you are. I can tell you right now that when your mind is already there, you will attract what you need. And that's the kind of psychology you need to have with money. You need to think beyond yourself. You need to think beyond yourself. You need to think beyond just you. It has to be more than that. There is a greater purpose. There is a greater plan. Which is why I'm saying a lot of them that have that level of influence, they believe there is a higher power. They say, And you look at the Greeks. Part of the successes of the Greeks is because they believed that they had gods like Zeus and all these other gods that they believed in. That boosted their motivation to a level where they believed that some of the humans that were born among them were children of the same gods, which they called demigods. Whenever you had special powers, whether it's like Achilles, I'm not talking about Hercules, Achilles, ability for battle. He was skillful. He knew how to kill some of the strongest giants you can ever come across, or Hercules for that matter. Those are legends of old, according to the Greek people. People that they believed were strong. Scruffman, you are welcome, sir. It's good to see your name again come up. Now, it's important for us to realize that people that understood that there is a spiritual aspect to their existence, they did a lot more in life than you can ever imagine. Even the money, when it touches their hand, they realize everything that rests on my hand, not only does it have a material purpose, but it also has a spiritual purpose. That kind of mentality is what changes everything for an individual. Your psychology for money becomes something that resonates and it sparks flames of energy. And even the people that sit and talk to you about money, they're like, very, very important. Very, very important. And this is one of the reasons, Lady TCM, it's one of the reasons when someone talks about procrastination. Procrastination is one of those things where your perception, your psychology of you as a person, that's how you procrastinate. Psychology about yourself is not healthy. Therefore, every time when you have to start something, you must just go around first. It's like you go the long way about to start anything. You procrastinate because you don't believe that there is a higher purpose behind your existence that fuels your ability and your desire to jump at anything that you need to do with all your might, and you go for it without even flinching because you know you have a greater purpose in life, and anything that is even aligned to that which you call purpose, you go after it. Why? Because you realize that your existence in this world is far greater than you yourself as an individual. You don't say, I am failing myself. You're saying, I am failing my generation. Hey, you see people that talk that way. People that talk that way. Even when they look at money, they look at it at the generational level. They look at it when you get 10 million. You don't say, it's my chance now to ball. It's my chance to buy that 5 million house and buy myself a Ferrari. No. You look at that 10 million and say, how best can I use this 10 million to generate more out of this 10 million? Very, very important, guys. Very, very. Alex Koziba. Thank you so much for following us, Alex. You are much appreciated. Let me read some of your comments. Thank you very much, my brother. Masinga says, what a great privilege to be listening to you, sir. Thank you so much. You are appreciated. Africa Mo says 50-50. That's fight for power and misunderstanding. Okay, great stuff. Wow, I needed to hear that. This is very important, guys. And I am telling you things that took me a while to even begin to fathom. People who are close to me, they know. I watch documentaries like it's a series. I'm addicted to documentaries, especially about figures that have caused and caused shock waves in their own generations. Sometimes even beyond their own generations. This is one of the reasons why my heart is glued to the Bible. Because you read about figures in the Bible, like Moses. There's things you read about in the Bible and you realize, if I can understand Moses, I understand something. I mean, even today, the Jewish people don't like Jesus, but they subscribe to Moses. Ask yourself, how did that even happen? What is it about Moses that echoed past this generation? Up until this generation, people love him. Matsileng, thank you so much. You look at Jesus. More than 2,000 years ago, gone. He only did public ministry for 3.5 years. Even today, we still speak about him. What was so unique about him? Yes, he was the Son of God. That we cannot take away. But let's understand him as a person and his psychology of himself. Yes, we can talk about the psychology of money, but let's first deal with the psychology of ourselves. How do you see yourself? What do you think and how do you feel about yourself as a person? What do you think about yourself? How do you feel when you look at yourself? You must be able to look at yourself in the mirror and feel like you've just listened to a 10-minute motivation just by just sitting there and looking yourself in the mirror and saying, the world has never seen anything like you. That's what I do. The type of stuff I say to myself when I look at myself in the mirror, you will think this guy thinks he's the best thing that has ever happened to the world. I look at myself in the mirror and say, the world has never seen anything like you. Do they know what they have with you? That's how I talk to myself. Do they know what they have in you? Have they even begun to fathom the impact you are going to bring to this generation and generations to come? That's how I look at myself. By the time I move away from that mirror, the sky is not even the limit. The sky is not even the limit. The sky is not even the limit. I am blowing up flames of fire. I am ready to take on anything that tries to put me down. Paul, thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. I want you to feed from this kind of thinking. So when I talk life in perspective, this is what I'm talking about. What is your perspective of life? What is your perspective of yourself? What do you think when you think about yourself? Do you get depressed? Do you get tired? Do you feel defeated when you think of yourself? That's what you need to begin to deal with. Before we start talking about dealing with money and how money this, begin to start first seeing yourself. Because if you see yourself as bigger than any amount of money, for an example, some people have reduced their image to an amount of money. Say, me, I am worth 10 million. Me, I am worth 20 million. If you look at me, I am worth 100 million. You have reduced your life to the value of money. And you do not realize that that is a reflection on your psychology of yourself. Miss Matabane, thank you so much for following us. Gugu, thank you for following us. You are much appreciated. Much appreciated. And I'm saying to you today that the way you think and the way you feel about yourself has the ability to impact and influence a lot of things. All these other things, procrastination, investing in yourself. The reason why we are going around in circles trying to grab this, it's like pieces of a puzzle. How I invest in myself. If you are still struggling with valuing yourself on who to date, maybe you need to do a lot of affirmations looking at yourself in the mirror. And begin to tell yourself how valuable you are. So that when that person, Simple G, thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. If some people come and they want to dictate to you, or they think for some reason they are worthy of associating with you, you have a much bigger view of yourself than that. They say, no, do you know who this guy is? He's the biggest multimillionaire in our town. And you say, so what? So what? Does he think he has a right to talk to me? Who does he think he is? Me? And they say, how? What do you mean you? You don't even have 10 rand in your name. And you say, my worth is not legal tenders. My worth is not a piece of paper that is used to transact. That's not my worth. My worth is bigger than that. My worth is determined by where I'm coming from. I am created by the creator of the heavens and the earth. Way bigger than this man's money, his cars and his assets and everything that he thinks he can ever own. That is who my father is, the creator of the heavens and the earth. So for you to even think your money must make me feel small and I must now respect you because you've got a few millions in the bank. Being a thousandaire, a millionaire or a billionaire is a mental thing more than it is money in the bank. That money in the bank means nothing. It must be here. It must be here. The way you talk, the way you think. Whether your bank balance is 0 or not, if you are a millionaire here, you will still think like one, even if the bank balance is 0, 0. I told you about the homeless person. He gave away all his money because he felt people are just fake around him. They love him for his money. He went and became a beggar. He was sitting there begging. He was sitting there begging. Malaika, thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. Sit there begging, 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 begging. One day a lady comes and he wants to have a date for the night because his rich family is forcing him to marry someone he doesn't want to marry. So he wants to bring a random guy to say, I'm dating this guy. He gets there, he offers them money. The other homeless people, they're like, give it to me, I'll go with you. This guy is quiet, he's not even interested. So this lady develops an interest, says, why are you quiet? Boron Motors, thank you so much for following us. Fiso, thank you for following us. Popla, thank you so much for following us. And this guy says, I don't want your money. I don't care about your money. He says, I'll give you 5,000 euros. He says, I don't care. I'm not going with you. Until this lady insists, and this guy says, double it. And the lady says, I'll double it. And he says, guess what happens? Instead of him taking that money, he says, give it to my friends. You see? When it's here, it knows how to attract people. Now, this lady is a millionaire herself. She's now attracted to another millionaire who is dressed like a beggar at that time. No money being flashed, no labels being flashed. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but the mentality of this person, the psychology of this person is now attracting the other millionaire to say, you are different. You are not like these ones. Why are you so different? Now she's inquisitive. She wants to know. Why? Because being a millionaire, being a billionaire, being a thousandaire is here more than it is what the numbers reflect in the bank account. Very, very important. When you have millions in the bank, that's what you have, millions. You are not a millionaire. A millionaire is here. A billionaire is here. That money in the bank does not mean you are that thing. How many millionaires do we know that rose up and we knew them as millionaires? Today, we don't even know where they are. Because they had millions. Matileng, thank you for the gift. Naledi, thank you for the gift. You are much appreciated, guys, for the gifts. I appreciate you so much. What am I trying to say to you? You need to evaluate your psychology for money. Evaluate how you perceive money. But you can decide. For me, I don't want millionaire problems. I don't want billionaire problems. I don't even want trillionaire problems. But I am okay here in the thousands. 100,000, 500,000, I'm okay here. Then stay there. Are you with me? Stay there. And Queen A says, in the book Psychology of Money, it said wealth is not visible in the mind, not in... It's visible in the mind, not in cash. Is that what you are saying? Visible in the mind, not in cash. I could agree with that. I must actually read that book. I think I might get some nice pointers there. Teboho says, that's why a millionaire mindset doesn't tremble when it eventually gets to those millions. Exactly. You are right. And you know why you don't tremble when you get to those millions. It's because your mind is always ahead of what you physically attain. You are in the thousand, you're already thinking million. By the time you get to million, you're thinking billion. By the time you get to billion, you're thinking trillion. I mean, there's people in this world that have money that is the same, almost at the same level as a GDP of a country. Or at the same level as debt of some of the countries. South Africa is in the trillions of debt. There's some sheikh in the Arab countries who is worth that much. And it's important for us to understand. And that's what we mean by the psychology of money. Thank you, Matsileng, for the roses. Much appreciated. And I'm trying to get you to a space where you realize that before you try to evaluate the psychology of money, what is your psychology of yourself? What is your psychology of yourself? Before you can even tell, or me, I desire money at that level. You see, Sherilyn has told us that she desires money at the billion level. That means now, her psychology of herself must already elevate to that level. Because that's the only way she gets there. You don't get there by saying, I must now push business that's going to get to the millions and what. You will push until you get tired. You need to attract resources. You need to attract people. No one makes it up the ladder alone. You need help. You need contacts. You need connections. Matsileng, Matsileng Tseki. Hey, there's another Matsileng, guys. There's 3 Matsilengs now. Thank you for following us, Matsileng Tseki. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, what am I trying to say to you guys today? What I'm trying to say to you guys today. Tabo, thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. What I'm trying to say is that you need to realize that your psychology of yourself is what changes the game for you as a person. It's the biggest game changer. It's the biggest game changer. So you need to make a decision to say, what is my psychology of myself? Low self-esteem, inferiority complex. If you are still there, then you need to first deal with those things so that you can begin to look at yourself differently and begin to realize that you are not just a number in this world. You are not just a stat. You are actually a significant individual. You are a significant individual. Very, very important. Patience, Mhlanga, thank you so much for following us. You are much, much appreciated. Guys, I hope you are hearing what I'm saying to you today. I've run out of time now. I've got 5 minutes left. I think this time on during the week is too short. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to deal with one subject at a time. Unless if there are other questions that are short that I can touch on quickly. But for now, I think that's what I'm going to do. So guys, that's it in summary. That's it in summary. I think that's what I'm going to deal with. I'm halfway through my second book, and there is a portion of it where I deal with complex of self, or what I call psychology of self. And it also talks to the psychology of money, the psychology of assets, the psychology of a lot of different things that people have, even your psychology where relationships are concerned. Those different things, I'm going to be touching on them in the next book. Hopefully we can release it before the end of the year so that you guys can have a Christmas present of a book. But yeah, I will push that and see how quickly we can go. But importantly to note, you need to realize, Nompumelelo, thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. You are much appreciated. So I'm going to read your comments now so that I close. I don't want to talk further than this. Mureri says we are arising today. Clifford says this is profound. Lady TC says he's rich intentionally when I was talking about that beggar guy. Renee says true. Thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate. Renee says thank you so much, sir, for the live. Bibza says very profound. Queen A says Book of Psychology says okay, that's part I read. Debucho says okay, I read that too. Thank you for the insight. Matsileng M, thank you so much. Matsileng Mtseki for following us. Tseki for following us. Is procrastination a reflection of my psychology of self? Yes, indeed, Kanye. It is indeed. People who procrastinate don't have confidence in themselves. They don't. They are not driven. They are not confident. And that's why they procrastinate. They overcalculate. They are overbearing. They overthink before they do things. And it's because they are not sure about a lot of things. Create that surety of self. You will know. You will just jump like this when you have to do certain things. African says, so what are practical steps to work on the psychology of self? Yeah, we will deal with that soon enough, but I've already highlighted that you need to begin to find those things. And I touched on that on Saturday as well when I was talking about values and knowing what your values are. And I said it's important to realize that you need to first find things you appreciate about yourself and explore those things, because that's what will build your confidence. Stop looking at things you can't do. Stop looking at things that you are limited in doing. First, find the ones you can do and do well. Once you start doing them well, you can do what we call gap analysis, which means closing the gap between your strengths and your areas of improvement. I don't like calling them weaknesses. Your areas of improvement. Then you can close that gap. But the main focus is to first find the stuff you are good at. Get confidence and encouragement from those things. Kanye, okay, you are referring to practical steps of changing psychology of self. Kanye, yes, that's what I'm touching on just now. Patience Mhlanga, thank you so much for following us. Emmanuel Mabushi, thank you for following us. You are much appreciated. Masinga says, how do you align and remain disciplined, attain all this? There's so much I am learning here. We are going to get to it. Just keep joining the lives. We will discuss. It's a build up. I don't like discussing topics and just leaving them like that. It's a build up. We'll keep building on it, and it will become clearer and clearer as we are going. And that's why it's so important. Nompumelelo, thank you for following us. African says, can we get practical steps that we can work on till Saturday? I'll give them to you on our next session. I'll give them to you on our next session. So please say your goodbyes. Kabo Manese, thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. Queenie A says, God bless. Thank you so much. I'll give you practical steps, guys. We just don't have a lot of time today. It's late already. People are going to work tomorrow. Big sister, thank you for following us. You are much appreciated. Discipline is required. Star girl. Yes, Star girl, you are right. Discipline, very important. Discipline, consistency. Discipline, consistency. You don't have to do big things. You can do small things consistently. The progress you are going to get there. I'm telling you now. And then you've got Leanne says, thank you, and God bless you. Thank you so much, Patega. Hey, you were online, Patega. I didn't see you. God bless you. Thank you, Star Girl. Nombulelo followed us. Thank you so much, Nombulelo. Much appreciated. Thank you so much, Lala Zipo. Madeline says, thank you, so empowering. Appreciated. Mama Offense, how do we get your Facebook? Inbox me. We are busy. We are going to be busy printing a batch. I think it's going to come out end of the month. A batch of books, and for some of you who are in my inbox, you will be the first people that I touch base with. As soon as the books are available, we'll arrange delivery for you so you can get copies. So go into my inbox and book already. It will make your life easier because I will then note you and I'll make sure that you get your copy as soon as I get delivery of the new batch. Thank you so much. I need a special alert for live. Look, you can go into my page and follow me. I think when I post it will also give you notifications so that you are aware of what is it that I've posted when I post the live, because I put notifications of the live. Costo, yes. Now, thank you, Violet. I'm trying to share as much as I can. Alex Koziba from Botswana. I'm assuming you are from Botswana because I see a Botswana flag. Says, thank you for the wise words. Sometimes we need to remind in order to move forward. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Tribal Records. Thank you for following us. No. Thank you for following us. Laxin. Thank you for following us. Hey guys, these things are jumping all over the place. There's just so many people now. This is gonna be hard. Laxin, thank you for following us. Mafusi, thank you for following us. Thank you so much. Masinga, you appreciated. African, thank you as always. Kavezembwa, thank you so much. You appreciated. Bye, Seteboho. Cheers and good night. Bye, Lady T. Kanyi, thank you. Bye. Vivo, thank you for following us. Thank you, Queen SKM. Do you host daily? I don't host daily, sir. I am only adding. I used to do Saturdays only. I am only adding Tuesday now to see how Tuesdays is going. I'll just keep you posted. If Tuesday goes well, we might add a Thursday as well. I'm trying to but the Thursday for me is not really going to work because I have a commitment on Thursday that ends around this time. So there's no ways I'm going to start a live around this time after speaking for 2 hours or after being in a session for 2 hours. It's not going to work for me. So we might probably opt for a Friday evening. I don't know. We will see. But I don't want to do, live sessions a day after the other. It just becomes too redundant. So I wanted to do it Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. But Thursday doesn't seem like it's going to work. So we might move to Monday, Wednesday, and then Saturday. Then at least we've got 2 sessions. I think that's how I'm going to do it. Thank you. Emmanuel, thank you so much. Great job. Thank you so much. Sikotali Sello, thank you for following us. Thank you, Booty. Matileng M, thank you so much. Cheers, King. Great conversation. Thank you, Kiamohet. I call myself a king. Thank you that you realized that. I appreciate that you refer to me as king. That's how I do my stuff. God bless. Thank you, Renee. No more Saturdays. No, we are doing Saturdays, guys. We are doing Saturdays. This is just an addition. We are doing Saturdays. Majali, thank you for following us. Summary, please. Costo, we are done. We can't summarize anymore. I'm saying my goodbyes. What time, host? Saturdays at 6:30 in the evening. 6:30 in the evening on Saturdays. 6:30 in the evening. Kanye says, what time do you live on Saturdays and Tuesdays? On Tuesdays is at 8 o'clock in the evening, 2000. And then on Saturdays is at 18:30, 6:30. So yeah. And what time? Okay, Mandy Manzi. Thank you for following us. User 91. Thank you for following us. You are much appreciated. Guys, I think I've covered everything now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wow, I can't believe the response. It's amazing. It's amazing, guys. Yo, it's amazing. I can't believe that it's almost the same as Saturday. So I'm glad that you love the lives, and I'm glad that you interact. You make it easy for me to interact with you as well. Thank you so much, and God bless you. I love you guys very much. And that is why I always take the time to make sure I invest in the knowledge that I give to you. So it's not just stuff that I've scooped from nowhere and just, giving you stuff just for the sake of being popular on TikTok. I want to give you stuff that works, stuff that even I, to some extent, would have experienced, so that I can share some of my personal experiences around some of the things I say. And that, for me, helps me to be able to gauge the impact of some of the growth that one goes through. And when you see your growth, Star Girl, thank you so much for the roses. Much appreciated. Wow, that's a lot of roses. Hey, Banna, 30 roses. I wish I was 30 years old. Thank you so much. So I see Vivo says, wisdom, may Jehovah increase your sphere of influence. Thank you so much, Vivo. I accept that. I take that. I appreciate that. Dennis says, thank you so much for this. Really lot to think about. Thank you. Slovo says, thank you so much. Masinga says, we love you, sir. I love you, sir, as well. Thank you so much. You appreciate it. Mama Offense, thank you, sir. Koziba. I wish I was here earlier, but the little I got is a diamond. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much. There is another name that I do not know, guys. I can't read it. It's some symbols. You have followed us. Thank you so much. You are appreciated. I think it's V-neck. It's V-neck. I think they're trying to say V-neck or something like that. I'm not sure. Whatever the case might be. Topped with 200s on each. What is that? What is topped with 200s on each, Star Girl? I don't understand that. But if it's a gift, thank you so much. You appreciate it. Oh, you're talking about the roses. Oh, topped with 200s on each rose petal. It's a very big trend. I spoke about it the other time. 1K follow. What does 1K follow say? I don't understand this 1K follow. I asked someone to explain it. Tuesdays are going to be more better than Saturdays. Is it, Favor? Okay. Let's hope so. Let's see. And I can see through the numbers. They're already borderline passing. But I'll see how many people logged on. That's how I would know. Because normally I have 7,000 people that are logging on to this live in one session. So I want to see what will happen this time around. Bridget, thank you so much for following us. Much appreciate. Help me 1K follow. Oh, you want us to help you to follow 1K. I think you must do that on your posts. You must post and request that people must do that. You must post and request people to do that. That's going to work much quicker and much better. Guys, thank you so much. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. For those who want to follow a V-neck, please do follow him. He wants a bit of help on increasing the following. Serelo, is it Sarel Chuene? Sarel Chuene, thank you so much for following us. You are much appreciated. Guys, I am closing. Thank you for tuning in. My lips are so dry. I'm even thirsty now. Thank you so much. I'm closing now. Keep well. Take care. Mengi, you're only coming in now. Oh my word. We are closed. We started at 8. I posted this thing since morning. I think I woke up at like 4 and I posted it. And I thought people would see it, but I don't know how else to notify you guys. Just follow me so that you will see when I post things. It will give you a notification because it shows on your live feeds when you have people you are following that are doing something. But thank you so much, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. I'll see you again on Saturday. But for this week, I'm only gonna do Tuesday. So we'll do Tuesday for about a month or so to see how it goes. If it goes well, then it's good. We might add another day, but let's see how it goes. So maximum, I am not going to do more than 3 lives a week, guys. I'm putting a disclaimer up front. I am not going to do more than 3 lives in a week. That is going to be way too much for me. So I won't be able to manage that load. So 3 maximum. So Tuesday is the first one. We'll see another day. We'll see how it goes and we'll take it from there. Thank you so very much. But if you are happy to have Friday and Saturday, we can do Friday and Saturday because I am free on Fridays. So yeah, we can do Fridays and Saturdays. Thank you so much. God bless. I love you so much and I appreciate your support and always being here and making sure that we have fun discussing and talking about life and all the goodies that life has to offer, the learnings that life has to offer, the challenges that are there that are meant to grow us and develop us. Thank you so much, guys, that we are there. The topic, Menge, was the psychology of money. The psychology of money. Thank you, guys. Keep well. Take care. Thank you so much. Nozima Bindi, sir, thank you for following us. Thank you for following us. For those of you who have not followed me, you can go into my page and follow me from there. Thank you so much. I love you. Keep well. Cheers.